The thing about fighting me is that you're not gonna beat my ass. You're not gonna beat my ass. You're not gonna beat. I'm gonna beat your pussy. You're gonna beat this. I'm gonna beat your pussy ass up.
Oh, it sounds so fun. Oh man, that's so fun. Yeah. Oh my god. We're gonna have a good time.
I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four, ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the Twinkleberries, the twin Outlaw Brotherhood, and we got a bunch of other things to talk about. I think they might have had a child, possibly together, and we're going to talk about that. There's a bunch of other cases in the news right now we're going to talk about. We're going to breeze on all of them different things, so... Mark, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you guys for joining me. Hey, Conan, thank you for getting a membership. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys get a membership for exclusive content before anyone else gets it. I'm dropping new videos today. Craig, what's going on? Conehead Convention. Do you see their foreheads? Like, you can see it in the cover photo. Did you see it? I mean, their foreheads are unmistakable, right? They look just like this guy's forehead. No hate here or anything like that. We're just talking about what's out there. I got a big announcement to tell you guys. Let me get some of these pictures for you guys. I got a pretty funny video for you guys. You're going to laugh. It's pretty hilarious. I thought it was insanely funny. And I think you guys will enjoy this one. So, before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. We got a huge announcement. 19,000 people. We hit 19,000. So I want to thank each and every single one of you for helping me get to that goal. Next, 20,000. We're going to keep climbing. Things are progressing pretty good. We got some wild interviews coming up. Some insane ones. Hey, what's going on? How do you say that? Hein? Jackson? What's good? Mile High Magic, what's going on? Yo, Staxx, keep kicking ass. Safety last with that. Middle finger in the air. Best damn show, period. All love and respect. I appreciate you, Mile High. Thank you. Joe, what's good? How are you? Rah-Rah's in the building. Whiskey, good morning. Rob, Jasmine. Is that what it says? Jasmine Shadow? Rob and Jammin' Shadow. Scrap Iron, what's going on? How are you? Thank you for joining me today. Craig's in the house. Jaman, what's good? Virginia Chaos, how you doing? Are you by chance from Virginia? I spent some time down there in Virginia. Shout out to everybody in Charlottesville. I got family that lives out in Charlottesville. I don't know why I picked Virginia out of all places to go. I was a young kid. He ended up moving out there, one of my uncles, and he established himself down in Virginia. And the next time I seen him after that, he had a Virginian accent. And now he's basically from Virginia. Might as well be born and raised there because that's his home. He loves the people there. And Dominic, how you doing? Thank you for joining me, Dominic. Mark's in the house. Click that like button. I appreciate that. Will, how you doing? Jimmy Mack. Volts, what's good? I was worried that the dingleberries got you, Staxx. Yeah, me too. Hardwire, what's good? How are you? Shout out to Hardwire, 1%er. Damn, we got a lot of people in the house. Hit that like button. 37 people in the house so far. Hit that like button. I'm very excited that we hit 19,000. We've been working hard at getting these to these destinations, and we're finally hitting some milestones, and we're just gonna keep going. We got some awards to be getting very soon. December 6th, I'm getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Can you believe that? Like, that's insane. I'm being inducted into the Hall of Fame because of my media and different things that I've been involved in over these past years. And it's just incredible that you can achieve such incredible things in such a short period of time. Some people never get that in a lifetime. What do you mean 18,000? No, we hit 19,000. We're at 19,000 on my end. 19,003 subscribers. Oh, yeah. We got 19,003 subscribers. So we're going to keep grinding. Yeah, we're not at 18,000 anymore. We're at 19,003 subscribers. Thank you, Mile High Magic. Little Mario's in the house. What's good, Mario? How you doing? Little Mario's seen me from the beginning since I first started this show. And to be hitting the milestones that I am, it's incredible. I'm going to be receiving a Hall of Fame award, and you guys can watch it, but they charge for people to watch it. So if you want to watch it, let me know. I think it costs $50. Thank you, Volts. Good afternoon, Staxx. Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. I really do. Without all of you, none of this could be possible. Sorry, I flat. You're done. Yeah, definitely. Little Mario knows. He's seen me from the beginning. Wolfen, how you doing? What Hall of Fame, bro? It's the International MMAM Hall of Fame out of Dallas, Texas, I believe it is. It's the International MMAM Hall of Fame are recognizing me. Pause to read. if you guys don't know, I've interviewed so many different people. I've done thousands of interviews. I've interviewed so many different UFC fighters, MMA fighters, just an overwhelming number of people. And I'm being recognized for my work. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Matter of fact, I was going to say that. If you guys want to help me get a cup of coffee, because you guys know I drink coffee. I don't drink alcohol. I'm sober. I've been sober for a long time. And if you guys want to help me get a cup of coffee, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. Or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Stickers, Super Chats, Zelle. You can send it through YouTube. YouTube takes 30%. And that's a lot. But every penny counts, you know. I put the money right back into this show. And it costs money to do this, to make shorts and pay for different programs. But I appreciate every single dollar. Matter of fact, we got a donation. Let me see here. Douglas, thank you so much for the donation. Simon, thank you. Your generosity is very much appreciated. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm going to keep bringing you guys the content that you enjoy. I like bringing the content to make you guys laugh, and we got a funny one for you today. Without any further ado, let's get into the first video. Now, I think this guy is one of the offspring of one of the twin Outlaw Brotherhoods. I really do. I think he is one of the offsprings. First reason, tune into Staxx. Facts over feelings. Thank you. I try to bring you guys what's out there, you know? So let's get into the first video. Don't laugh too hard. Here you go.
Alright. So, Redneck here. Everybody wants to come in my comments and sit here and say a bunch of bullshit. Okay, that's fine. Now there's a reason why a bunch of my friends call me Gator. There's a reason. Or Outlaw. One, because I have Outlaw tattooed on my back, and I will always be one because I do not like cops and I hate laws. I do not listen to them. I'm a standing outlaw. If you tell me to do one thing, I'm going to do the other. Never been the way that, oh, you gotta listen to the rules. I am 20 years old. I've never listened to rules. I ain't gonna start now. I've had my ass whooped more times than I could probably count on my fingers and fucking toes. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with going to fucking hell and burning to death. Probably shouldn't be, but I am. Why? Because my mama and my daddy, when my daddy wasn't the best person ever, didn't raise no bitch. Like y'all other boys out here nowadays. Couldn't get in a fist fight. I've been in more fist fights than I could probably count. Have I made sure I won them? Yeah, I made sure that other boy went bad, or home bad looking. Because you think I'm going to go home and tell my mama or my grandmother that I live with that I got my ass whooped? Oh, hell no. So y'all keep talking y'all's little bullshit, but how about you pull down this pretty ass driveway down here and I'll show you an outlaw. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day.
What do you guys think? You think he's related to the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood? I think so. I was laughing so hard when I was at it. Them dogs' faces are just priceless. I'm telling you, you can't make it up. That one dog. Well, there was like two that really had me laughing pretty hard. These dogs are insane. But it's crazy, right? This picture. I mean, look at his forehead, right? And then look at their foreheads. Perfect match. I'm telling you. How many people think that's a perfect match? Absolutely perfect. I think they are brothers. This is their long lost brother. And when's the last time that you ever seen these guys with different clothes on? Anyone? Anyone ever see them change their clothes? Never seen it. Never. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, man. My stomach was hurting. I was laughing so hard. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. We're going to talk about a bunch of it. Oh. So over in Australia, I believe it was, Jamie Ginn. Jamie Ginn was the boss of the Rebels Motorcycle Club that ended up passing away. And his cause of death has finally been released. So the cause of death of Jamie Ginn, the once formidable boss of the Rebels Outlaw Motorcycle Club in Western Australia, was as abrupt and shrouded in unanswered questions. Now explosive details emerging from the inquest that exposed the chaos, overnight failures, and hidden dangers unfolding behind his final hours. So he was 43 years old, right? They were, let me see if I find a picture of him. He was 43 years old. He was getting arrested, right? And they were taking him into, hold on. They were taking him into the jail in Australia. And on weapons charges. And all of a sudden, he had a seizure, right? This guy right here. So he was the boss of the rebels. They arrested him on a weapons charge. And all of a sudden, it was late at night. They brung him in. He's seen the nurse, like when you go and you first see a nurse and stuff like that. That's what happens when you go into jail. I don't know how it happens in Australia. But they said that he was seen by a nurse. He was seen by a nurse. And all of a sudden he started having a seizure, right? So for years, he navigated the gritty underworld mixed of calculated diplomacy and quiet, commanding loyalty of his men and drawing intense attention from law enforcement. But early morning hours, May of 2022, he entered custody for the last time and never came out alive. According to testimony presented, Gwynn died. Now, this is how he died. Acute cocaine toxicity. So, I mean, he could have swallowed something and it could have ruptured in his stomach. So he goes into the jail and he never leaves. So the deeply troubling for officials task, it keeps keeping detainees safe. Toxicity results showed levels of cocaine indicating recent consumption, likely just before his being arrested. The findings raise unsettling question. How did a man in custody deteriorate so rapidly without anyone sounding the alarm? Senior officers recounted the events, describing how Gwynn appeared restless. He was sweating. And as the hours ticked by, one constable admitted that his behavior was it was stress or withdrawal, he said. A common sight among detainees, but medical experts testified that early signs of cocaine overdose can be deceptive unless officers are trained to recognize them. Okay, so if you find out that he is overdosing on something, right? What do you do to take him out of that? Because that's not like you can't hit him with Narcan. It's just gonna change him going into that, right? He had a seizure and there was no nurses on staff. I guess the nurse that was on duty ended up calling out that night. So, just crazy. So the reports came out that he passed away from acute cocaine toxicity. And there is CC footage that played during the proceedings that captured Ginn pacing in his cell and occasionally leaning against the wall as though his balance was failing. At one point, he collapsed onto the concrete floor where he remained unconscious for several minutes before officers noticed lack of movement. And by the time the paramedics were summoned, the damage was irreversible. So whose fault is this? That's what they are going to court to find out. And I think some people are going to be in trouble. That's a crazy story. He was like a well-known figure out there in Australia. And it's just wild. What do you guys think of that case? So there's all kinds of things going on. Pagan was sentenced to prison. This is out of Kansas City, Missouri. Pagan's motorcycle club member sentenced to prison for armed assault against rivals. This came out November 19th, Wednesday, 2025. Kansas City, Missouri. So this is a wild one. Let's see here. The sun was dipping behind the tree line in Blue Springs, Missouri, when the roar of engines shattered the stillness in the early morning fall evening on September 17th, 2022. The date that would carve itself with a violent lure and outlaw biker rivalries. On the roadside, a young prospect named Brandon Youngblood Hodge would take part in an ambush that was so brutal it would propel him deeper into the Pagans Motorcycle Club and ultimately into a federal prison cell. Yesterday in Kansas City courtroom, heavy with silence, U.S. District Judge sentenced him to 26-year-old Springfield man to 57 months in prison without parole. Hodge showed little expression as prosecutors describe him, how he and his 12 fellow pagans and support club members hunted down a lone rival, forcing him off the road with military-like precision. But the story of that night is more than a simple biker feud. The testimony, surveillance footage, encrypted phone messages, and witness accounts. Prosecutors pieced together a chilling picture of coordinated strikes executed with the cold efficiency of a paramilitary unit. The victims, whose name authorities withheld for safety, had been riding alone when he noticed headlights stacking behind him one by one. When he accelerated, the pack accelerated. When he slowed, they closed in. It wasn't a chance encounter. Shit. Hold on. One. All right, my bad. So, people always do that, right? When I'm busy, right? It wasn't a chance encounter. It was the culmination of a simmering tensions between the Pagans Motorcycle Club and a rival group whose territory overlapped pockets of western Missouri. According to federal investigators, the Pagans had been enforcing dominance in the area, sending messages through intimidation, fights, and strategic ambush. The rival rider was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time and at the worst time possible. Witnesses describe moments that the pagans surrounded him, tightened the circle of headlights glinting off the chrome and leather, forced off the shoulder in the rural road. The victim barely had time to reach for his kickstand before the men were on him. They came armed, a mix of handguns concealed beneath cuts, an axe-handled knives, and steel-toed boots. The attack lasted less than a minute, one witness told investigators. That it happened quicker than a bar fight, but twice as violent. The victim tried to run, but gunfire cracked through the dusk. 7 bullets struck him, shattering bone, ripping muscle, tearing through his thigh, bicep, knee, back, and the back of his leg. One round nearly missed an artery. Another lodged dangerously close to his femur. Somehow he survived. As the man lay bleeding on the gravel, Hodge and several of the pagans fled, engines screaming through the night. When law enforcement arrived, all they found was a trail of blood, shattered shell casings, and a semi-conscious man fighting to breathe. The inquest revealed an unsettling detail. After the attack, the pagans held what prosecutors describe it as an informal ceremony, awarding patches to the men who participated. It was a twisted rite of passage. For Hodge, still a prospect at the time, it was validation. The club rewarded violence, and he had delivered. The patches, investigators argued, served as proof that the assault was in aid of racketeering, strengthening the case for federal charges under the violent crime in aid of racketeering statute. Photos were seized, showed patch members celebrating, posing with drinks, their cuts gleaming with new stitches. Hodge was among them. In court, federal prosecutors recounted the night with stark detail. They emphasized that the assault was not spontaneous, but a deliberate act of intimidation, a message meant to echo across biker territory lines. Hodges' attorney argued that his client was young, impressionable, manipulated by older, higher-ranking members. But the judge was unmoved, stated that the attack displayed a level of cruelty and disarm of human life, a disregard for human life that cannot be excused by loyalty to an outlaw motorcycle club. The sentence, just under 5 years, reflected the brutality of the crime, but also recognized Hodges' limited position in the club's hierarchy. Higher-ranking Pagans prosecutors hinted may still face additional charges as prosecutors and federal investigators continue unraveling the violent network behind the ambush. For federal agents, the case underscores what they call a new age of outlaw motorcycle club violence. Less than brotherhood, more about territory intimidation and coordinated attacks that blur the lines between gang and militia. For the victim, the scars, physical, psychological, will outlast any federal sentence. And for Brandon Youngblood Hodge, the ambush that once earned him a place in the Pagans Motorcycle Club now marks the moment he lost his freedom. His trial by fire ended, not with a patch on his back, but with a federal inmate number. A stark reminder that the road bikers claim as territory are ultimately governed by the law. And a lot of people don't understand, like, when you get involved with this type of stuff, you got to know that there is no reward at the end. There is no reward for violence. You go to prison. You're not like regarded as, oh, he's a stand-up individual. He got 20 years. Your life's basically over. Life moves on without you. So I don't know. I think everybody can get along. And the world's a big place. And people deserve to do what they want. I don't think that these clubs are gangs. I'm very against people even calling them gangs because they're not. I know they're not. I was involved in a street gang and they're nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it. When I got involved with a street gang, I got involved to be involved with crime. These guys don't do that. They join motorcycle clubs to ride motorcycles and be involved with brotherhood. I've spoken to so many different members that it's the same all over the place. All the people that I talk to tell me the same thing. And they're the same types of people. They would all get along if it wasn't for the patches on their back. So hopefully, one day, they can all get together and work their differences out, because I think it would really piss off law enforcement if they started getting along. And I think in some places they basically tolerate each other, because in a lot of these places where these clubs exist, listen, if they hated each other that bad, right? They're so close together. You don't hear stuff happening every single day. And they are close together in some parts of the country. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that, man. You have no idea. You're very generous. He said it's raining here. Damn, he gave me 3 of them. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Damn, 27, 27, 27. You're too generous. Thank you. But if it wasn't for the patches on their back, most of these guys would be good friends, you know? So, hey, what's going on? How are you? Thank you for joining me. Keegan, Keegan Ivan or Irvine. Crazy Chuck, what's going on? How are you? Jail sucks. Not take diagnose the problem. 100%. Listen, they will leave you in a cell. They don't care. They don't care what's wrong with you. They'll say, write a request. Oh, you got chest pain? Write a request. I already know how they treat you in there. Mountain Woman, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. We hit 19,000, and I got some major announcements. Here, I'll give you guys an announcement right now. Check out this announcement.
My name is Harley Gwindon, a.k.a. Harley G, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
What? Harley Gwindon interview coming soon. It's really good, and it's different from every interview he's done. A lot different. So I try to ask the questions that you guys want to know. All the questions that I've heard people ask, those are the questions that I asked them. So that one's going to be coming soon. We got a lot of things going on. So now let's get into the twin dingleberries. These guys are out of control. They really are. So last time we were talking, we talked about their illegitimate son, right? This guy.
Rule number 1.
I think this guy is related to these guys. I really do. What do you guys think?
Never mess with someone that drives a motorcycle. And here's why. Most of us, we're armed with stuff. Number 2, we're also probably in the military. Number 3, yeah, we get into fights, and we don't come out losing, ever.
That's these guys is, their go-to, the way they act, right? These guys are using all these people that are coming on the internet, like him, like that other guy I showed you, like this guy.
The thing about fighting me is that you're not going to beat my ass. You're not going to beat my ass. You're not going to beat... I'm going to beat your pussy... you're going to beat this... I'm going to beat your pussy ass up.
They're all taking rules out of the same playbook, right? They try to bait people. This dude said, you're going to beat this pussy. What? Oh, man.
So the next time you want to try something against a motorcycle rider, just know that it's not the greatest idea at all. Number 2, all the bullies out there, they're just having a good time bullying kids that are really smart, probably because they think they're nerds, but they're actually just really smart. Here's a little fun fact. Maybe they'll probably do your homework and stuff if you just stop bullying them and try to be their friends. Also, bullying isn't cool. It's actually really not cool. And you can't get away with it. Seriously. Anybody that thinks bullying is cool, try this out for size. Maybe it's not cool, and maybe you're just looking like a buffoon. Maybe you're just jealous of them because they're having so much good times, they're just having all these good times, while you're just so angry all the time at them for having a good time. Seriously? Seriously, Britt? Maybe because you're a bully because you really wish you could be as happy as them. Because you're not as happy as them because you're just having a bad time all the time. Top 5 reasons you don't want to go near a motorcycle rider. So most of us that drive motorcycles, we actually are mostly in bad moods. Bad dudes with bad attitudes. I'm bent out of shape because this morning, woke up 6 a.m. on the dot. This time, no knocks. No knocks on my door. Mike, what the fluff? Cindy's not here. Margot Robbie's not out there. Okay, so what's going on? I'm like, the girls aren't there. They're not knocking at my door this morning. There must be something going on. Step outside. Ambush. They ambushed me with water balloons. And then they put water all over me. Why? I don't even know. Freaking ridiculous. I'm pissed off about it too because I was 6 in the morning and I haven't taken a shower in like a week. They made me take a shower at 6 o'clock this morning and I was going a week for some reason. It sucks. I'm really pissed off about it still. One day I got in a fight. Took out like 5 of them. And the boss put me in a chokehold. And said, hey, stop fighting. He told me I had heart. He said, these are 5 of my best guys. You have heart, kid. And he took me under his wing. I've seen things that I can't unsee.
Hey, Party Smalls, what's going
I
on?
can fight better than I ever fought before. And I had to sacrifice things. It's not easy. Once you actually do things like being a fighter that fights people, you actually get really intense. I've never been so intense in my life. This is the most intense I've ever been. Am I still a motorcycle rider? Yeah. I never stopped either. Any one of you little punks that just comes around, just wants to start flicking off people and start just trying to drive next to us to drive motorcycles, realize that most of us actually are strapped up. Most of us, we actually do get in fights. This guy, he was holding a brick and he threw it at my head. And he hit me in the head and I was bleeding everywhere. Didn't feel a thing. I got back up, and even though I was blinded for basically my whole face because of the blood, I was just like this. Motorcycle riders don't give a criminy sakes what any of you guys have to say. Keep trying to push it. Push our buttons. Most of us are in the military. We don't play around. So yeah, keep trying it and see what happens. Next time you won't be so lucky. Next time you will get let off with a warning. Next time it'll be the worst nightmare of your dreams.
So you guys just want to keep messing with us that ride motorcycles? Okay. Cool. Take this into account. Maybe us that ride motorcycles are also strapped up. And maybe we're also in the military. And maybe we do push-ups. A lot of them. And maybe we kiss girls on the lips. We don't kiss boys. And maybe you just keep messing around, you're going to find out what happens to you that messes with us. Because we don't care about that kind of stuff anymore. We only kiss girls. So stop calling us twinks and stuff.
So I think they're getting their whole message and prestige from the twin outlaw Twinkles. 100%. I think that's where they feed off this energy, right? Oh man. It's just so funny. All right, we're going to pick up where we left off last time on the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood. Motorcycle content on YouTube. Let's see here. About all these clubs, the Mongols, the Pagans, the Outlaws, the Hells Angels. Like, what's the reason behind that? Like, do you want to go to war with all these people? Do you have a problem with them?
I'm going to clarify up. We've never spoke anything about the Pagans, but yeah, you're all right. We have mentioned about every other club, but when you come at us, we're going to come at you, right? If you would have never came at us, we'd have never came at you.
Now they're talking about TikTok. They're saying that these clubs came at them on TikTok. Like, so they're disrespecting whole groups, right? Because some guy came in there and disrespected them on TikTok. These guys are out of their mind for doing that. Like, and they try to say it's comedy.
That's how it goes. You have only heard about maybe a year of what's going on, or maybe 6 months. You didn't know what was going on TikTok for the last 2 years of harassment, death threats that they have came at us. We was doing our own shit there, bud. Minding our own business until Sons of Silence, the Hells Angels, the Mongols, the Bandinos, they's jumping in our life, treating us like shit.
So that's the reason, apparently, that they are doing all this and being disrespectful the way they are, is because somebody jumped in their live and disrespected them. So they're going at whole organizations because one person, they don't even know if they're a part of that organization. They're just assuming, right? And they're disrespecting whole organizations because one guy came into their live and said some stuff to them.
All right, we're not going to take that. All right. And then they put us on a whole different level of, you know what? You want to come at us and do, we're going to make comedy on you. That's what we're going to do. We're going to.
Hey, boy, Dixie, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for joining me today. I'm so scared. I'm shitting down one leg, wiping it up with the other. You better be, man. We might send this guy after you.
The thing about fighting me is that you're not gonna beat my ass. You're not gonna beat my ass. You're not gonna beat. I'm gonna beat your pussy. You're gonna beat this. I'm gonna beat your pussy ass up.
Okay.
Do the comedy on you. You're gonna make fun of us. It's time to make fun of you. Can you handle it? You got tough skin. You want.
They can't handle it. Obviously, they can't handle being talked to. Just saying stuff to them. They can't handle it. Obviously, they're going off the deep end. So apparently, somebody did say something about them riding their motorcycles, and we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Percenter? I doubt it. And when we went to Sturgis, we seen what the truth of the Hells Angels are really about. It's the truth. They're a gang.
Okay, they went to Sturgis. What did the Hells Angels do to them to see the truth about who they are? What, they tried to have a conversation with you? They didn't do nothing to them. They didn't lay one hand on these guys, and they're saying, oh, you see the truth on who the Hells Angels are now because of Sturgis. You guys are the ones that provoked them, and then when it came down to business, you pulled weapons out. That's their MO. That's what they do every time. They provoke people, right? And then they pull weapons out. Like at a peaceful Black Lives Matter rally. They pull weapons out.
And they can't hold. They don't have.
They didn't do
skin,
nothing
bro.
to you, though.
They have weak skin, bro. Straight up, weak as the pipsqueak. Yeah.
Weak as a pipsqueak.
Anything else to say about that?
When did you first start wearing patches, and what was the reason behind it? See, they don't really have any like true answers. Like, what's the reason you threw a 1% patch on? They're just sitting there like two idiots. And I know you're watching. If you're watching, I'll drop the link in the chat, and you guys come up here, and we could have another conversation. Because I know you're watching. You guys watch everything I do.
We started wearing our cut 2016, bro. The reason behind it is like we've been saying. The motorcycle community is hypocritical. They're two-faced. They lie, they steal, they fraud, and they embezzle. And they've been doing it for years. The government has been looking the opposite way.
I mean, that's your personal opinion, maybe.
Way. They've been killing people on the street. They think they own the street, and they don't own shit.
And it's somebody to stand up and point out exactly what these hypocriticals are doing. And if they'd keep their mouth shut and run their own organization and leave all the other organizations alone, then we wouldn't have any problems. But I'm sick and tired of walking among them, and they think they're going to tell other people to. They're disgusting. Brotherhood is different.
He said walking among them. He's sick and tired of walking among them. They don't walk among you. You guys don't walk among them. These guys are not real 1%ers. And then they tried to say that they have states, they have countries, and there's more than just them, their mom, and this guy in the wheelchair that they're putting out there involved with their little organization, right? Allegedly, their mom is their founder. And they got this guy in the wheelchair, right? This guy. And they got him wearing a 1% patch. He lives in Pennsylvania. I mean, why they would do that to somebody who doesn't know any better is just mind-boggling. These guys, I don't even think they realize what they're doing, you know? I don't think they do. I mean, they drove to Sturgis in a pickup truck and then took videos like hanging out the window, pretending like they were riding their bikes. It's like, you can't make this up. You can't. Allegedly, of them bikes. It's a new video that they posted. It's saving right now. I'm going to play it right when it's done. Tommy, what's good? How you doing? Ghost Eagle Guardians in the house. We hit 19,000, everybody. Dent, how you doing?
And they've been doing it for decades, man.
Do you think that if something happens to you, right, either one of you, if something like, say, God forbid, one of you guys gets unalive, do you think that that's really going to have ramifications and they're going to take people's cuts over it?
Yeah.
They really think that. They think that if something happens to them and they get killed, that the police are going to come and take people's cuts over it. You know that's never going to happen, right? Never. I don't care who, if now I don't condone violence and I'm not in any way. This is for entertainment purposes only, right? This is all we're making pretend here, right? But if something happened to them, they're saying that the government is going to come in and take whatever organization's cuts because something happened to them. They think they're that powerful and they have that much pull. It's never going to happen. I'm sorry there. I hate to bust your bubble, but.
And they've been doing it for decades, man.
Do you think that if something happens to you, right, either one of you, if something like, say, God forbid, one of you guys gets unalive, do you think that that's really going to have ramifications and they're going to take people's cuts over it?
Yeah.
They really believe that, yeah.
There will be replication.
And listen to what I say. I say, you guys got a TikTok following. That doesn't mean shit.
There'll be hell to pay for it, bub. Just not. You may think that
you know
that we are just us two. You believe that. You can believe what you want to believe. But there's more than just us two.
Yeah, there's more than just them too. They got their mom, and then they got this guy Jimmy. in a wheelchair. This guy. So that's 4. They're really trying to tell me that they have people in different countries and a whole bunch of people in different states. They're like, these guys are delusional. They're really delusional. Well, if you really do the math, if they are agents, then yeah, they do have more, right? These guys have lost their minds. TikTok following. You just got TikTok followers. That doesn't mean nothing. Look at their faces. I said, you guys got TikTok followers. What the fuck are you going to do with that? You, right? Either one of you. If something like, say, God forbid, one of you guys gets unalive, do you think that that's really going to have ramifications and they're going to take people's cuts over it?
Yeah.
There will be replication. There will be hell to pay for it, bub. Just not you may think that
you know
that we are just us two. You believe that. And you can believe what you want to believe. But there's more than just us two.
You got TikTok following. You just got TikTok followers. That doesn't mean nothing.
We got states. We got countries.
Do you hear them?
We got states.
You got that old guy in the wheelchair, man.
And I want to let you.
They said we got states and we got countries. This is their enforcer. Somebody save these guys, man. Someone save these guys. Oh man.
We got countries.
They got countries. Yeah, in their heads.
Think so? That we are just us two. You believe that. You can believe what you want to believe. But
we got countries.
But there's more than just us two.
You got TikTok following. You just got TikTok followers. That doesn't mean nothing. Don't you make money on TikTok the same as YouTube? Yeah, I don't know. I'm working on it. Hopefully soon, yeah. These guys really think, these guys have it in their brains that they have countries, that people in different countries are like standing up with them.
We got states. We got countries.
Me too. I'd be more scared of the guy in the wheelchair. Oh, he might be going full Goonies on us. Listen, these guys don't put fear in nobody's heart. The only thing that fears them is a shampoo bottle or a washing machine. Fucking washing machine goes running away from them.
Just
we got
this.
You got that old guy in the wheelchair, man.
And I want to let you know that one thing.
You got that old guy in the wheelchair with your cut.
Jimmy? Yeah. He's got his own. He's in PA.
Yeah. The guy in the wheelchair. Yeah.
So what?
Does it mean that we are allowing him to come?
So now they're trying to say that for some reason that clubs discriminate if someone's in a wheelchair. And that's not true. Clubs have people in wheelchairs. If people get into accidents, they don't just boot people out on the street.
Come out because he wants to come out. Other people are not coming out because we choose to tell them not to come out. If they want to come out, they're willing to come out. And they know they can. But if they want to, they will.
So they're saying that their motorcycle club is incognito. And these people are not going to come out. I bet you the litter box is cleaner than these guys' clothes. You know, they probably smell like cat piss, right? These guys definitely probably smell like cat piss.
But they're not going to until they want to. And that's facts, brother. But you think that we're alone? You're wrong, bub. You're wrong. We got people.
It's disgusting how our motorcycle our outlaws treat our disabled. They allow these brothers to come in their club and pay $300-400 a month to wear their patch. And then when they do something criminal, they get locked up or they get disabled because they get in an accident on their motorcycle or something.
I don't know anyone that pays $400 a month in dues. I don't know where they're coming up with this number, but yeah, I don't know anyone that pays that much money in dues. And what do they think? How do they think clubhouses pay their electric bill? How do they think clubhouses pay for their rent and stock the bar and help people that are having court cases and this and that? How do they think all that happens? Do they think it just magically happens? Everyone doesn't take advantage of people like these guys do. I heard how they take advantage of their grandma. They took advantage of their grandma. They took advantage of some women that they were dating. Oh yeah, I heard about all of it. Credit card fraud and stuff like that.
And they throw them out of the club and they're no longer welcome because they can't do nothing for the club.
That's not true. If someone gets in an accident and they're in a wheelchair, they're not just going to throw them out of the club. Some people choose to leave, like Flair. Flair in the chair. He was with that club in the Bronx. He got into an accident and he chose to step away. They didn't throw him out. The Chingalings. Flair. Shout out to Flair. Go check out the interview with Flair. It's really good. He got into an accident. He got a spinal cord injury, and he chose to step away from the club. He still has love for the club. These guys still respect him, but they definitely didn't throw him out because he had a spinal cord injury. It's not what happens. I don't know where these guys get their information, but they're wrong.
But you think that we're alone? You're wrong, bub. You're wrong. We got people. It's disgusting how our outlaws treat our disabled. They allow these brothers to come in their club and pay $300-400 a month to wear their patch. And then when they do something criminal, they get locked up or they get disabled because they get in an accident on their motorcycle or something, and they throw them out of the club and they're no longer welcome because they can't do nothing for the club. That is not brotherhood. That's disgusting. That's two-faced, hypocritical shit. Okay?
I've never heard not one story where someone got in an accident and they were disabled and they got thrown out of the club for it. Not one. Never heard not one story like that. So I don't know where these guys are getting their information, but they're wrong.
Jimmy and any
but it's a case-by-case basis. I'm sure there's
in our club. You don't have to pay to be in our club. Brotherhood is brotherhood.
So who pays for the patches? You don't have to pay to be in your club, so who pays for the patches? Say if someone wants to be down with your club, which no one does, because with all the drama that they've created against real clubs out there, no one on earth would stand with these fucking guys. How do they pay for their patches? You guys pay for their patches? I'm just curious.
Get it? Got it? Good.
So how are you going to keep the lights on? You can't live with your mom forever. When are you guys going to leave your mom's house? Now, I must have struck a nerve with this one. And did anybody that's watching, right? Does anybody think that I was disrespectful in asking that question? Because apparently they think that's the most disrespectful question ever. Watch how they flip it.
Don't talk about my mama.
You don't need to bring out our mother. You don't know nothing about our mother, okay? I don't sit here and talk about your mother or your father, and that is disrespectful Honest to God's truth.
We'll
Okay?
talk about my mother in about 5 years.
When time
6
comes,
years.
bro, and I'll be more than happy to talk about my mother, okay? But right now, you don't know what's wrong with my mother. You don't know nothing about my mother.
He said, you don't know what's wrong with my mother. So obviously there's something wrong with his mother. Sending prayers out to his mother, right? His mother doesn't deserve any of this. She is the creator of the club and did provoke these guys to do this dumb shit that they do. But I definitely struck a nerve with that one, huh? When you're moving out of mommy's house. He said, you don't know what's wrong with my mother. So obviously something's wrong with their mother. She's probably dealing with some medical issue or something like that, right? But they fucking lost it on me when I asked that question, huh?
And
Yeah, but it's a case-by-case basis. I'm sure she's in the mother club. She's the one that created this club. I guess she's the founder of the Outlaw Brotherhood. She's got a 1% tag on her little jacket there, too. You can see it kind of in her hair, right? Next to the flies and cat shit.
In our club. You don't have to pay to be in our club. Brotherhood is brotherhood. You get it? Got it? Good.
So how you going to keep the lights on? You can't live with your mom forever. When are you guys going to leave your mom's house?
Don't talk about my mama.
You don't need to bring out our mother. You don't know nothing about our mother, okay? I don't sit here and talk about your mother or your father, and that is disrespectful, honest to God's truth. Okay?
We'll talk about my mother in about 5 years.
When time comes.
How is that disrespectful, me asking them when they're going to leave their mother's house?
Bro, and I'll be more than happy to talk about my mother, okay? But right now, you don't know what's wrong with my mother. You don't know nothing about my mother, okay? So to talk about my mother is seriously
I didn't say
disrespectful.
nothing's wrong with your
talk all
mother.
your
I
shit
said,
about
when are
me
you going to
all
move
day,
out
but
of your
why you
mom's
talking
house?
shit about my mother?
He said, why you talking shit about my mother? These guys are wild, man. You can't even have a conversation with these guys. The mother chapter. I don't understand how these guys can claim what they are saying is true when they have never been in a 1% club. They have no idea about bylaws. 100%, I agree with you. They said that they walks amongst these guys. No, they don't. You're not accepted in their world, dude. You never will be.
Do you support your mother, bro?
How is me asking you when you're going to move out? How is that talking shit about your mom?
Brother? Because that is true love, okay?
Of course.
If you're not going to be there for your parents, I'll feel sorry for you. And that goes for anybody in the feed or anybody that's going to watch this. You know,
That's
you
all you
should
have
be
to
there
say.
for your parents, and you should love your parents and
take care of your parents.
So why do you think that they got so fucking heated when I asked them that question? Like, why would it bother them that bad? Does anyone have an answer for that? Why do you think they're so guarded on that question? Do you think something's wrong with their mother? Someone asked, who's their daddy? We got an idea. We got an idea who their daddy is. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Who thinks Dog the Bounty Hunter is their daddy? Oh, man. Their mom is probably the one paying for the patches. She's also the sergeant of arms of their little club. She enforces the rules. Nothing wrong with a small club, but if they are all related, that's actually called a family. 100%. I know, like.
Let's go on to the other questions, my bro.
So Mooch wanted to set up a MMA event with him and his brother against you two. Are you guys down to do that? So they say that they accepted the fight, but they didn't accept nothing. These guys are totally full of shit. They're like, oh, we want the Mongol cut. They know damn well that Mooch is not a part of the Mongols anymore. And they're like, oh, we want the cut. Why is he using the picture with him and his brother in Mongol cuts? Total bullshit. These guys are cowards and they're not going to fight nobody.
We said we were. And like I told him in the video, I'm
Yeah,
down
but you're
to take
talking
his
about
cut.
Aiden Ross and all this. Nobody's going to.
No, actually, before we said that, I came out and told him that I accepted his fight, that I want his cut. So I whoop his ass, I take his Mongol cut. He whoops my ass, he takes my cut. That's it.
That's what it was said.
Okay.
He didn't want to do that.
And what? He's not in the Mongol. And then what? His brother will be riding around with one cut? And then his brother will be riding around with his other brother with no cut because he's not going to keep the cut. Anyone that fights with these guys is going to get their ass whipped. These guys are going to get mopped. Especially against fucking Mooch is a trained fighter. He trains every day. These dudes have no chance against Mooch. They could both fight Mooch at the same time, and they're gonna lose. I guarantee it. Anymore.
He
said he had his cut.
He used that cut because he was in it to call me out. So therefore, if he's going to use the cut,
he's saying because Mooch posted a picture with him and his brother, that just because they had their cuts on in the picture, that he wants the cut. So they calling plays for clubs now? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
that photo with him wearing the cut and to call me out, then he can put the cut down. And we can fight for the cut. Until then,
yeah, but he don't
I'm
have
not
the
fighting
cut.
for
He's
charity.
not in the Mongols.
Then that's a good question. Okay, if he's not in the Mongols, then why did he use the photo that he was in the Mongols?
It's gonna be the shortest fight in history, 100%. These guys are just looking for an excuse to be able to not fight. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why they say this. Because they don't want to fight. They're scared.
I think that was only a publicity stunt that he wanted to get views. Right, brother? That's what that was about. He didn't really want to go in the ring to fight for the patch, brother. That's what it is. That's why he does it. That's why it's not in the ring. That's why.
Can you imagine someone in a legitimate 1% club putting their patch up to fight one of these guys? Like, come on. You got to be on fucking the moon somewhere to do some dumb shit like that. Nobody in a legitimate club, because you guys are not legitimate. You're an illegitimate club. You're not even a club. Nobody is going to put their legit patch up for some bogus ass patch that you got on Temu. Like, nobody's going to do that.
We haven't been in the ring. And then you had another guy that came on here that I don't even know who he is, and he says that he wants to take us to the ring.
I think Ben Batshit Basson will beat both of your asses. So there's a video. Let me see if I get it for you guys. Hold on. There's a video of them allegedly riding.
Nugget, this is how you get on the back. Now this is how you ride the bike.
Wow, there's one video with them riding down the street by their house. Wow. What do you guys think of that?
All right, McNugget. This is how you get on the bike. Now this is how you ride the bike.
Wow, there's a video of them riding their bike on their street. Wow, that's impressive, huh? Let's see them ride one of them fucking bikes to a fucking rally. And stay overnight. I want to see what happens. I really do. Just let us know where you're going so we can all have our phones out and ready. Because that clip will go viral. And then you guys will just fade off into the sunset and never be heard from again. Right? That's how it's going to go. But anyway, there's a lot of great content on the way. Bring you guys more information as it becomes available. Stay tuned. Tonight, part 2 of the former president of the Hells Angels is going to be dropping. Matter of fact, I'm going to play a clip for you guys now. Let's take a look.
I'm Mike. I'm an ex-Hells Angel member. All different in all geographical areas. East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Alaska, Canada. You know, everybody, yeah, we wear the same patch, but our problems are different. And the way we take care of them are different. You know, so yeah, it's all, when you represent somebody like the Hells Angels, you try to always not make mistakes. You know, that was me. I was obsessed with doing it right.
As a prospect, are you allowed to fight members? Stay tuned for that. It's dropping tonight. Hope you guys like this show. And we got a huge show dropping. You guys don't want to miss this.
My name is Harley Gwindon, a.k.a. Harley G, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Oh, yeah, that one's coming soon. So if you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. If you guys want to help me out and buy me a coffee, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx, or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon. Patreon's a major place where I put a lot of content that I cannot put anywhere else. They won't allow me to put that type of content on YouTube. But Patreon, that's where it's at. So make sure you join Patreon and you will get exclusive content first. If you want to see that video with the former Hells Angel president, join Patreon or join the membership in YouTube, and you will see the interview right after I'm done with this. I appreciate all you guys. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys soon. And remember, don't be a twin outlaw brotherhood.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.